Hey guys, what's up? It's your buddy Keith, and I am here live again in the control room at the one and only world-famous Essex Recording Studios, just outside London in fabulous Southend-on-Sea, England, baby! And today, yes, we've got a killer Jackson Roswell Rhoads to show you. This is one of my favorite guitars of all time, guys. Very, very cool. Can't wait to tell you all about it. If you want to buy it, it is for sale. It's going on our website, EssexRecordingStudios.com. There's the spelling for you. Head on over. We ship to any country in the world. That's where we have our lowest prices. And if you're American, you don't have to pay that silly internet sales tax they charge on big sites like Reverb or eBay. But we will also have this on Reverb and eBay in case you want to buy it there. Cool. So, what's the deal with this, guys? If you've been a fan of the channel, you know I love these guitars. I try to buy one anytime I can. We've even had one of the coveted custom shop aluminum, or aluminium, as they say here in jolly old England, body Roswells from the custom shop. This is the wood-bodied one. This is the one that's more desired by the conventional player who plans on playing live, recording with one. The aluminum ones are insanely expensive. They're works of art. They do play well. They're very functional. Some people feel they sound tinny, whereas these have poplar bodies. They're very light. You can throw them around on stage. They look awesome. They sound awesome. They're just absolutely killer. So, as you can see from the shape and the design, this was inspired by Star Trek's Starfleet logo. All right, that's what's going on with the body here. And we actually had someone from Star Trek here in the studio the other day. Yes, we had Dave Ajaba, I think I said his last name correctly, from the new Netflix Star Trek series. How cool is that? He was in here doing some voice work for a movie that's coming out on Sky TV here in the UK, and eventually you guys will see it in America. It's a post-apocalyptic thriller. Can't wait for that to come out. And so cool that we had someone from Star Trek in here in the studio, and now we've got the Star Trek inspired design. So the body's the Starfleet logo. The headstock, to me, is kind of inspired by the Enterprise. And this is a guitar that was way ahead of its time. So this design came out in '96. They only made these for like a year. You've got the Jackson logo. Oh, all my greasy fingerprints there. Let me get this out of the case so you can see it a little bit better. Look at this beautiful piece of rosewood. You've got acrylic crop circle inlays that really pop. Just the lighting there. Simply put, when this came out, there was no guitar like this ever made before, really, or since. Gibson actually ripped this off when they did their Modern V. If you go and look up the Gibson Modern V, they go for crazy money. They're made out of wood, and it is clear as day a direct ripoff from Jackson with this Roswell Rhoads design. I think this one's way cooler, but I will tell you one thing. If I can get my hands on a Modern V, I'm going to buy one, because I haven't had one yet. I haven't even seen one in person. They're very, very hard to find. But yeah, inspired by this guitar for sure. So, the Jackson logo. This is the only guitar to get this logo, this font. That's very unique and distinct. Only guitar to get this headstock shape. Only guitar to get these crop circle inlays. Only guitar to get this body shape. I mean, there's so many one-offs with this. And I love the sleek one pickup, one knob. Could you imagine this thing with two pickups? It just wouldn't look right. And string through, so there's not a bunch of metal and stuff. There is and I have a huge, huge privilege to have one of these. They do have a variant on the Grover Jackson side. That's the strictly Japanese brand. There's Grover Jackson, there's Jackson Stars, there's a couple exclusive Japanese Jackson brands only, and they did make one with a Wilkinson tremolo, and I had one in silver. Super, super, super duper rare guitar. That was very cool to have. These, same thing, these are all made in Japan by the top builders at the Japanese factory. They were so good that they left Jackson and made their own brand, their own company, Comparison. And we have one of their custom shop guitars here. Now, on the back, serial numbers. Serial numbers for all of these wood-bodied Jackson Roswell Rhoads were all by sticker on the back. And it's rare that it still has it. Usually, they are peeled off, or they just come off during sweat and play. but I'm trying to get the focus in here. You can see the serial number. It's J0133336. All right, very elite with those threes. Jackson tuners. Very, very nice. Guys, the condition on this is awesome. Nice back cover, flush mounted. So they route out a little lip. It sets in the lip, ends up flush. String ferrules do poke out a little bit. I always like them when they're flush, but, you know, I mean, that sticks out too. So what are you going to do? The 4 bolts are all recessed into the body. So again, everything aside from the string ferrules are perfectly flush. Those are out just a little bit. You've got your jack there. You've got your strap buttons there and there. And it looks like this was upgraded with a USA Seymour Duncan humbucker, because I believe all of these came with a Duncan design humbucker. So very, very nice that you get the upgraded proper USA model. Bridge and tuners, I believe, are from Godo, Japanese brand. Probably all the hardware is premium Japanese components. And this thing is just, it is a guitar unlike any other. If you are a fan of a V, any flying V, offset V guitars, you've got to have one of these in your collection. They are only going up in price because, guys, they did not make many of them. They're, like I said, they were made for like a year, and the wood ones are the most desirable, and you can't find them in this condition. A lot of them, I don't know if they just shipped in gig bags or what, but most, I would say, do not have the fitted hard case from Japan. All right, it looks very different from any of the other Jackson cases. This was exclusive just for this model. I've had 2 others that had the hard case, and I can confirm it is correct for this guitar. Have the exact same case. They only came in black, so you have the Grover Stars, which has, or Grover Jackson, which has a different headstock logo, which came in silver. It might have come in another color. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, as far as this original model that started the whole trend, that, you know, man, more than 20 years later, Gibson would go and copy. When did those modern Vs come out? What was that? Was that like 2020? Man, time flies. Anyway, more than 20 years later, this design would get copied by Gibson, and you know, it's just a real cool piece of Jackson history, of guitar history, and let me tell you, Star Trek is never going out of style. People that believe in aliens and crop circles, that's always going to be around. There's always going to be a fan for these guitars. They're great investments. They're super rare. You cannot find them in this condition. This is probably the nicest condition one I've seen. There's some light, very, very light, like lacquer marks, and 2 like super tiny edge dings that I think I saw that are, you know, like not even visible unless you get the light on it right. This is excellent condition, guys. Absolutely excellent investment grade condition with the original hard case. And I mean, I even sold one of these to a crazy person that had like multiple identity issues out in the States, and they bought it just because they were a fan of like aliens and crop circles. I don't even think they played guitar. So, you know, it's just one of those things that it's a cool piece of art. It's functional art you can play. It absolutely shreds and sounds awesome as an electric guitar. You know, the other one I found, the aluminum one, stays in tune like perfectly, and it has LSR tuners. I really liked it, but a lot of people don't like the metal body and say it sounds, I mean, unplugged for sure, it sounds tinny. You know, when you're plugged in, I disagree, but, you know, the players absolutely prefer this one, and you just can't find them. Can't get them, definitely can't get them in this condition, definitely can't find them with the original fitted case like this. And, you know, with the fact that the Star Trek franchise is just releasing, you know, new series on Netflix and everything else, Comic-Con's blowing up huge. These guitars are only going up in value, my friends. That is it. Cool. I've said my piece. I got to run because I've got beers and I've got Netflix waiting for me as well. Beers, Prosecco, nice food, some cheap frozen pizzas we're going to go heat up. And we've got a new series of The Ozarks. I really like that show. I don't know when it came out in the States, the new series, but the new series came out today. Series 4, or Season 4, Part 1, it says. So we'll see what that's all about. Last night, I think I told you guys I was on Netflix. I watched a cool movie directed by George Clooney. It's got Ben Affleck in it. He kind of looks like Bryan Cranston in the movie. It's like Tending Bar, I think it's called. It's kind of like a coming-of-age movie for adults. I thought it was really good. I liked it. So I got to run. I've got a lot more. I'm telling you, this whole weekend, all next week, it is on. It is on like Donkey Kong. I got a lot of videos to do for you guys. These are just staged right here. This is what I'm supposed to do tonight. I'm not going to get to it. Got a lot of cool guests next week. We've got the Renee LeVice, has a Radio 1 DJ. He's the biggest drum and bass DJ. Has the biggest drum and bass radio show in the world. BBC Radio 1, 4 hours every Sunday. You can hear that all around the world. He just got back from a tour in Australia, New Zealand during COVID, which is amazing that he made that happen. Had a great time. We're going to do like a podcast episode here, and he's going to do some mixing with Dieter, producer Dieter, next week. Good friend of mine, both of them. So he'll be in. We've got a few other really cool guest singers and artists coming in. So James is out this weekend, next week, and next weekend. So just be me and Dieter hanging out, me doing loads and loads of videos, guys. Cool. I'm going to scram. Enjoy the weekend. It is the weekend, baby. Yes, Friday night. Unless you're watching this some other day in the future. Then it's not Friday night. But it will be Friday night soon. So, yes. Look forward to that. Cool, guys. I'm out of here. Lots of love. Follow us on all the socials at Essex Recording Studios. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. We're going to do Twitch next week. And if you want to buy this again, or just see what we have going on, EssexRecordingStudios.com. Thanks a lot, guys. Mwah! Lots of love. I'll catch you all later.